Hello y'all on YouTube, this is Rob with Rob's Nerdy Knives. Today we have a very special unboxing, something coming in from Vincent from Black Bird Blades. Yeah, let's take a look. All right, today I'm opening up my knife with my Dread-Eye knife. This is my 3V knife from Tactile Knife Company, the Dread-Eye. Love this little knife, super small clandestine knife. Let's see what we got in here. Should be enough to get me in. All right, so this might be a prototype of something. Oh, might be more than one in there. All right, so let's take a look, see what we got. We'll put that off to the side. Oh, okay. Looks like we might have a couple of prototypes. All right. Very cool. I think we get to check them both out. All right, very cool. All right, so this is Black Bird Blades. If you're not familiar, he's a custom knife maker. He does a lot of custom fixed blades, but you know, he wanted to do something that would allow more people to, I think, you know, open up his design stuff, open up his opportunities for more people to buy a knife. And so he has option 1, which is going to be the Black G10, and then he has an option 2 that is with this carbon fiber and titanium. So this is going to be a pre-order for $285. And then the G10 option 1 is going to be a pre-order for $225. There'll be a link in the description down below. Let's take a look at these guys because this is, you know, first time getting a chance to check these out. So first thing first, love the fact they're very good symmetry here, right? So you're going to find one is titanium. So if you wanted something a little more premium, you have something like this right here. And you've got Magna Cut, and I believe the HRC is going to be 63, 64, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just confirm that. Yeah, 63. All right, so you get a nice grip here. I've got big hands with big meaty fingers, so I'm right here. You've got a little cutoff. I'm right on it. This is a perfect little kind of small EDC knife that you can carry on yourself in your pocket or in your pants or something. You could do a vertical kind of carry. What I've done here with mine, I've done a little vertical like this with ulti-clip. So if you like to carry this on your duty belt, you know, that's something you could probably do with this one as well, because it looks like it would carry really well vertically. Yeah, really, I think that would work well. All right, so the Kydex sheath, first of all, nice and fit. Yeah, nice clickety, gets in there really well. Good solid Kydex sheath, has little holes to, you know, retain out. So if you're hunting, if this is, you know, maybe a gutting kind of you're skinning or something like that, that could work really well. Got a couple of screws here, obviously. Like I said, you could move them. You could even put them in a cant if you wanted to, but this would work well in your pants. So let me get my Dread-Eye out of the way, put it over here. So then we're gonna take the other one out of here, and then this one again, another nice Kydex sheath right here. Works really well, nice fit. Perfect click. All right, so now let's look at the two knives here. We're dealing with two very similar knives. I mean, both Magna Cut. One has a, they're both full tang, you can see that, but this is titanium handles with carbon fiber inlay. Gives it just a little nicer premium feel. So if you wanted something that was a little nicer, functional jimping, I can move across. It doesn't shred my thumb, but I push down, I'm locked in. Again, this is going to be a little on the smaller side. So this is one of these knives that's great for a small EDC carry. Sometimes you just want to carry something small on you. That's just a small EDC carry. I think this is one of those things. I have that. This is my Dread-Eye. So let's compare it to the Dread-Eye. It's a little bit longer than the Dread-Eye. The handle is going to be about the same as the Dread-Eye. You've got a little cut off, a little lean off there, which in some ways is kind of nice. So if you got bigger hands and your hands are coming over here, you can kind of get at the end of this, right? So big old hands, you're still going to be able to get like a kind of a presentation on here and be able to kind of put your hand and lock the blade in place in your hand for sure. I think that'll be nice, especially bigger hands. So I've got large hands with extra large, with big meaty fingers. It's going to be about your grip with extra large hands with normal size fingers, double extra large hands with thinner fingers. You're going to be about like this, right? So I think if you have extra large hands with big meaty fingers, you're going to be using that third part there holding in. You'll be at 3.5. Right now I'm right at 4. You're going to be double extra large. You'll be at 3, maybe 3.5 right there. So this is a nice small blade. Beautiful flat grind, super thin. But not super thin to the tip. I mean, the tip does get pretty thin up there, which is nice. So you get nice pokiness, get into your dog food, cat food, fertilizer, mulch, you know, very, very into your boxes, Amazon boxes, letters, whatever, but nice sharpness. It is 63, 64 Magnum cut, which means you're going to be relative. It's going to be tough for that thinner edge, which is nice, but it also pretty much retain an edge pretty decently. I think you'll appreciate that. The higher the HRC, the better the edge retention will be on this right here. So that's nice, and you'll notice that both of them have that nice thin, comes up almost to a full flat grind, but it stops about right there, and then you have a little swedge, which is always nice, like a rudder, right? You can move into your cut. It's a small swedge, but it's enough. Maybe you're cutting through plastic, cardboard, something you want, just turn a little bit. It'll allow maybe that. It does have a nice thickness out here, which I think is really solid. So you're gonna get that thickness on the outer edge of the blade, which means you can do some cuts, some tough work with this thing. I like that. Now, what do we have here? It looks like we're T6s or T8s. Are those T8s? Let's double check. Let's see where we're at. Where are my screwdrivers? Let me grab that real quick. I put them over here for whatever reason. I don't know. All right. All right, so let's go to a T8. I'm assuming they're T8s, but I don't know. Nope, it looks like it's going to be a T6. All right, so let's see. Yeah, T6 there, and T6 on both of them. I'm assuming yes. Yeah, T6 on both of them. All right, so T6, but they're pretty big screws with a solid base because they're going to lock it in well, which is fine, right? As long as you got a good bit, a Torx bit, and a good, I would say, stubby driver or something like that, you're going to be able to get in there and unscrew it. And that's important, especially if you're using this for hunting and you're skinning, or taking care of your game or whatever. You will want to clean the inside of it. I like G10. I believe this is G10. I don't think it's micarta. Is this micarta? Let's double check. I just want to make sure before I say it's G10. I'm assuming it's G10, but I could be wrong. I don't know. Where does it say? Yeah, it's G10. Okay, thank goodness. I thought it was G10, but sometimes I'm wrong, right? But this is G10, which is nice. It won't absorb a whole lot of things, so you can clean that well. But this is also nice. I think this is a nice dressy version. If you like to carry a fixed blade for some of your hard work that you do around the house, like I do. I like to carry a fixed blade like this around here. This is really, for me, this is nice to work with and do certain things with. I find that very, very helpful as far as a knife, and I think that's what's going to work really well for this right here as well. So I like that. I like that. Very, very cool. All right, so nice to see the two options. The G10 is beautifully contoured, by the way. Beautifully contoured. Makes it very comfortable in hand, but it's wide enough that you're not going to, like I've had some knives that are perfectly circular, and man, they can turn in your hand. You don't want that. You've got a finger guard, which is nice, so when you're doing a strong cut, you're not going to come up on the blade, which you don't want that, right? So you can do some nice work with this thing. I think that's really nice. I like that. Nicely, the corners here are chamfered, no sharp points. I like that, especially if you're up here and you're working really hard. You've got to watch out for little corners like that. Those are things that you come up and they start digging into your hands, give you blisters, especially if you're really putting your knife to work, right? And I'll do that if I'm in the yard working on stuff. It'll really cause some blisters. So those are things you got to think about for sure. All right, let's do a little zoom in here. All right, so I'm going to move this off to the side. We'll start off with this one here. The blades are going to be about the same. Right, so you can see that nice flat grind coming down to a nice, very thin edge. Can be a great sharp tip, really work with. You got the little swedge, maybe more decorative than really functional, but I mean, still there, still probably can be used. Got the choil right here. You got plenty of room for the sharpening before you're going to hit a smile. And if you ever worry about that, put a little zip tie on there, of course. Nicely contoured. You can see that all the way around here, contoured all the way around here. Beautifully chamfered across. I love. This is the screw, the back part of the screw, pivot, whatever you want to call it. It's not really a pivot, it's a screw, right? It's the barrel that the screw ties into. It's sort of like a nut, but not really. And then you've got the other side over here with the contoured scale. You can see that full tang coming all the way through. Now there is no lanyard loop, so this is really more, seems like a very much for an EDC type of knife. And that's what I would consider this for. More of an EDC type of knife. That's the other one? No lanyard loop. Some people might find that, be a little sad about that. I get it. But this is a smaller knife, right? And maybe this is more of an EDC kind of carry around the house, the town when you're out and about, but very functional kind of knife. I like, again, like I said, beautiful thin grind coming to a nice tip. You can see that up there. It does come to a very thin, pokey tip. That's definitely going to do its job and get into your dog food, cat food, fertilizer, mulch. Nice jimping on top. Again, full tang. All right, so I'm going to move that off to the side, and let's look at the carbon fiber one. So we've already seen the blade, very much the same. You can see on here, it says on here, it'll say prototype. Obviously, these are both prototypes, so just so you know, you probably wouldn't see that going when you get it. It'll probably say MagnaCut or something right there, I'm sure. And then over here, you have Black Bird Blades. That's their little, that's his logo right there. It's Vincent's logo. I like that a lot. This is a kind of an acid stonewash sort of finish, which is nice. Will take up a lot of abuse. Now, this is where you get fancy. You get this beautiful carbon fiber inlays done really well. I mean, there's no, you can hardly feel any separation, any lines there where the inlay is. So that's really, really nice. Done well. You got the screws there, T6s, but they're solid screws, deep screws, so that T6 should be able to release that well. As long as you engage that T6 screw, get it deep, get it set in there into the channel properly, you should be fine. Unscrewing and screwing this back in, right? Again, beautiful back right here, the full tang going through with the titanium liners, right? So the liners are titanium, and then you've got inlays into the not the liners, excuse me. The scales. The scales on the tang are titanium, and the inlay is carbon fiber, shredded carbon fiber. Really nice carbon fiber. You can see that. I don't really see a whole lot of issues with that carbon fiber. I don't see giant voids or anything. Really tight seam between the titanium and the carbon fiber inlays. So that's really nice. Really, really nice. I do dig that. Sorry, I got ink on my hand for some reason. I think it's when I tried to cover up the name and address on the box. I wrote on myself. All right. Very, very nice. I think that's really outstanding. So let me do a money shot here. I'm going to do a money shot of the two knives. You know what? Let's do this on the ground. Let's do this here. We'll do it right there, and we'll zoom in. I'm just trying to center this so it looks even in the shot. All right. I have dust on the table. I need to clean this table. Sorry. Been doing too many disassemblies and stuff. All right. All right, so there they are. Beautiful knives together. All right, so let's reverse them so you can see the back. So there you go. Let's see if I can do you can see the tang of the blade right there, which is nice, right? And we see the back with the tang, which is nice. So there you go. Really nice, really nice. I think this is a really cool little production knife. MagnaCut, beautiful contoured scales. And I will tell you, it always, you know, you're doing G10, you're doing carbon fiber, that's always going to cost more. You got carbon fiber, you've got more milling, you've got contoured shapes on here. Contoured milling is always going to cost more. You know, different designs. Sometimes when you get something from a maker like Black Bird Blades, I mean, his stuff is custom stuff, and man, that's gorgeous if you ever get a chance to get one of his custom blades. But this is a way to get a hold of a production version to make it accessible. Trevor Berger did it with his Urban. He did an Urban LC for Urban EDC, and that was my first Urban Trevor Berger design knife. And then I got a couple of custom Trevor Bergers that he made himself, and really love his style. So sometimes some of this can open you up to the aesthetics and the beauty of a designer. And I think this is a very functional, hard use type of knife that you would feel like I spent an arm and a leg for, and that I could use and abuse and take and just take it to you know, take it to work, take it, you know, put it on its task, do what you need to do. So anyways, I think with the Kydex sheath right there, I think we'll go ahead and put that right there like this. Each of their Kydex sheaths. Let me see if I can put them together. How about I do, how can we make this look, you know, trying to find a way to make it look more aesthetically pleasing or something. I'm just going to do that. Yeah, sorry. If it doesn't satisfy your OCD like it's kind of not satisfying mine right now, then I apologize. But these are the two knives right here that we're dealing with. So I'm just trying to do this quickly and not be super over the top on it. All right, so there you go. Two really cool blades. Thank you for allowing me. I really appreciate the fact that that Vincent allowed me to check out his two knives here. Both of them. This is both the premium one with the carbon fiber inlay titanium scales, and the carbon, just a G10 one. So I'm super excited to have checked them both out. There will be a link down below in the description for the pre-order. Definitely go check them out while it's available. It's going to be a cool knife. I think definitely worth trying out. If you love Black Bird Blades and their design, I like this design. Even if I didn't like Black Bird design, Black Bird Blades, and I didn't know their design language, I really like this a lot. I think I may be able to, I might try to order one of these. Just a little tight on funds right now, but you know, I will definitely be trying to get one of these for sure. But super cool knife for sure. I love that. Really, really nice. Yeah, just feels good in hand. Feels good in hand. We'll do a full review. This is just an unboxing first impression. Just kind of get a feel for this, and I will do a review and then pass this along to whoever Vincent wants me to send to next, back to him or to someone else. So yeah, hey, thanks for watching. So if you found this content fun, interesting, worthwhile, or informative, would you please consider hitting the like button down below? And if you've already hit that like button, would you please consider hitting the subscribe button? Subscribing and liking the channel really helps me out. Allows me to produce more content, do more videos, do more things like this, and help, and for you guys. So thank you. Thank you to everyone who watches the videos, who likes the videos, who enjoys the content, who's part of the live stream, who comments, who's just part of the community. Thank you. I appreciate you. And if you haven't already, hit that notification button down below so you can be notified of future content like this. And a big shout out, thank you to all my channel members. Appreciate you guys. You guys allow me to do things way sooner than I ever thought I'd be able to do. You also allow me, you encourage me. So thank you. And I do 2 exclusive things for my channel members, a way for me to say thank you. I do a once a month members exclusive giveaway. Usually it's a nicer knife, more than a budget banger. I do that. And then the other thing I do is all brand new channel members who are currently a channel member, who've never gotten a channel member sticker, email me with your name and address. And I would love to mail you a channel sticker and a little thank you note. My way to say thank you for becoming a channel member. That is something I want to do for all the channel members, right? As long as you have never gotten one before, email me, name and address. Make sure you include your address because I don't have ESP, or I'm not a psychic. I don't know where you live, and that would be scary. Anyways, thanks so much for watching. If you haven't already, check me out over on Instagram at robs_nerdy_knives. Again, that's on Instagram at robs_nerdy_knives. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day and a great week. Bye.